Christy Nelson is here with how Dallas police are trained to be ready for anything tomorrow. Christy?
Yeah, they really are preparing, and most of those protesters will likely arrive on buses, which will pick them up at 7 different locations in Garland, Irving, Arlington, Farmers Branch, and in Dallas. Those buses will pick people up at 5 o'clock and head straight to Gilley's on Lamar. There are guidelines for protesters to follow. They're asked to wear only white T-shirts to indicate peace. They're asked to only bring American flags and do not bring wooden or metal flagpoles. Meanwhile, Dallas police got busy training as soon as the event was confirmed. Dallas police officers are not accustomed to using these helmets and shields, but they had to practice wearing them for this drill.
Remember, tap them on the shoulder so they can go behind you.
With both supporters and protesters expected to greet Donald Trump, police have no idea what to expect, but what they do know is that back in September, when Trump drew a large audience at the American Airlines Center, there was also a huge crowd of demonstrators, and in other cities, there have been problems.
There have been incidents recently across the nation in which these situations have gone violent. So the department has taken steps to prepare our officers.
So in this drill, police recruits pretended to be rowdy demonstrators.
Once you get your mask on, help your troops out, they're struggling.
And the officers practice putting on masks just in case real tear gas is needed.
These protesters have been waiting a long time to let Trump know how they feel. And this is an unusual visit to Dallas.
Unusual because Trump already has the Republican nomination wrapped up. It gives his opponents the chance to show Trump and the world how they feel about his controversial comments about Hispanics and Muslims. And Dallas police say they will be ready just in case the situation gets hairy. And again, this seems to have only come together at the last minute. Venues in both Grand Prairie and Irving refused to accommodate Trump's rally because they said they didn't have enough time to plan for security. So, Meredith and Brian, no matter what happens, of course, we've got Trump's visit very well covered tomorrow.
Yeah, it is a sobering sight to see police officers with riot gear, though.
Yes, and we hope that nothing actually occurs where they have to use those drills they practiced today.
Exactly.
Preparing for nonetheless. Protesters took to the streets this evening outside a Donald Trump rally in Atlanta. The GOP candidate will be in Dallas tomorrow, first for a fundraiser, then a rally just minutes away from downtown Dallas.
Now, his opponents are promising some big protests, and today Dallas police rushed to train officers in crowd control tactics out at Fair Park. Newsay's Marisa Vader tonight live at Gilley's on Lamar Street just outside downtown, where tomorrow's rally will be.
Well, John, back to the protesters first. Locally, we know that this protest was planned long before Donald Trump decided on a place to hold his Dallas rally. Originally, protesters were looking to go to Highland Park Village. Instead, they will be here at Gilley's, where Donald Trump is set to speak tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock. But these protesters, when they show up here, they certainly will not be alone. In 2016, this is how police prepare for political rallies. Dallas police in riot gear practicing positioning. Mounted patrol getting their horses familiar with possible distractions. DPD said the decision to refresh its officers' memories on this kind of training was necessary.
You can look across the nation and see the other jurisdictions have had incidents. So it was an opportunity for us to prepare as we move into the election year.
Wednesday afternoon at a rally for Donald Trump, Atlanta police were the latest department to need that response. That's an ending police and protesters in Dallas hope to avoid.
The protest will be peaceful and not violent.
The protesters planning to rally against Trump at Gilley say they're not looking for clashes. They are minority activists, leaders, and groups like LULAC and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, who say they will be only armed with American flags and a message.
That his campaign of hatred, bigotry, and division is not welcome in the United States or in North Texas.
Attorney Domingo Garcia says the protesters will employ 40 to 50 security officers to keep them safe, and anyone looking for a fight won't last long.
If somebody acts up, we're going to ask them to leave the demonstration. If they refuse to leave, we're going to let DPD do their job.
He expects 1,000 to 5,000 people to show up against Trump. Thousands more will likely show up for him, and they can all plan on seeing hundreds of Dallas police officers greeting them, protecting both sides' rights to free speech. Now, recent Trump rallies have tended to bring out 10 to 20,000 people. We know that the Ballroom here at Gilley's, where Trump will be speaking, holds about 3,400 people. His team tells us they do expect a strong turnout tonight, so you can expect a large crowd right here. Live in Dallas.